So from the reason I'm doing something, like for instance, I see myself as a dream whisperer. My whole purpose is to help people to achieve their dreams. And so, therefore, that is sort of like the backward thinking with forward motion. That thing that's out there, if I see what it's going to take to bring it to me, then I know the actions I need to take to get there. And with those actions become, I can then create specific things I need to do. Do I need to train? Do I need to develop? Do I need to raise some money? Do I need to work harder? Do I need to study? Do I need to add some other components to it? Because of the fact that I know that, do I need to make a list? Do I have to have a schedule? Every Sunday, do I sit down and figure out what I need to do for the week? And that week, is it fitting into the long range goals, so that I systematically are checking those boxes off, going towards that thing that is the ultimate goal. It's not the end, it's just where I need to arrive to get to the next thing, and so it's a system, it's strategy. And that strategy includes creating a healthy environment, meaning your crew, your tribe, your culture that you create of like-minded people. It means handling the negativity, identifying who's on your bus, and understanding the exchange that you have with the people on your bus. 4 types of exchange: criminal exchange, unequal exchange, equal exchange, and exchange in abundance. So the criminal exchange, people who stealing from you, do you know who they are? Have you sat down and looked at them? Have you tried to confront them? Have you tried to raise their level up to at least unequal or equal exchange? If you can't, do you need to get them off of your bus? The unequal exchange, do you raise them? The equal exchange, do you acknowledge what their exchange is? The people who exchange in abundance, they always do more than expected. Those are the people that bring you the greatest value. And then the opposite of that is, how are you exchanging with them? Are you taking care of them? So that you want to create a space where art can occur in your life. You want to make sure that the people in your universe are for you, and the ones that are not, they're gone. You can love them, but you can love them from afar. So you need community. You need to be able to understand what's in your community, and then you need to understand what your goals are that you are working towards systematically every day. And I don't care how hard it is, you get up in the morning. I'm excited to get up in the morning. And there are challenges. There's always challenges. But those challenges can't stop me. It can only distract or slow me down. They're challenging. It means I'll figure out I'm like water. I'm going to either go around it, over it, under it, through it. I'm going to get around it. You can't stop water. So that's what it is for me.
I mean, so much of this is mental, right? I mean, as much as, you have to be sort of, physically, sort of, well enough to be able to, take this marathon journey, whatever it may look like in your career, but mentally, you have to be in a good place to be able to stay clear-eyed in order to really maximize the opportunity and see it for what it is.
Right.
When we come forward, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the experiences you've had over the course of your career that have really helped to shape how you've structured this book. There are a lot of insights I'm sure you could have provided, but there's a reason, I think, why you zeroed in on these specific areas in the book. And so it's going to be story time with Richard Lawson when we come forward. You're listening to A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580, and we're talking about his new book that you've got to go out and get. It's called The Artist Roadmap, Navigating Your Career in Show Business. More when we come forward.
The audience is listening. Thought-provoking, eye-opening, heart-rendering. This is where authentic voices meet powerful discussions on culture, community, and change. This is where Black voices matter. He's breaking boundaries, amplifying diverse perspectives, and tackling the issues that matter most to you. You're inside A More Perfect Union with Dr. Nii-Quartelai Quartey on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. It is back to school season, and the Cleveland Clinic is offering tips on getting children back into an earlier sleep schedule. Sleep specialist Dr. Brian Chin advises parents to start gradually getting children to bed earlier.
And if you start trying to scoot it back now, it will be a gradual scooting back instead of a cold turkey flip back to school time, which could be really rough for that first week of school.
A black man charged in connection with a violent brawl in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio, appeared in court. Dominic Kittle was charged with felonious assault and aggravated riot for allegedly hitting a man in the face, knocking him unconscious. Kittle is being held on a $100,000 bond. His attorney says the victim called his client the N-word before he was struck. And former NFL player Cam Newton is pushing for ESPN to give HBCUs the game day spotlight. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
Is this the time?
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Rams are facing another injury concern with quarterback Matthew Stafford. Stafford is planning to see a back specialist to get a better idea of the soreness he's been feeling in his back since the start of training camp last week. The 37-year-old Stafford has not participated in any of the Rams' workouts at Loyola Marymount. At the moment, the Rams' backup quarterbacks are Jimmy Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett. The Rams have about a month to see if Stafford will be ready for their season opener September 7th against Houston at SoFi Stadium. The NCAA is not expanding its tournament bracket for men's and women's basketball. A proposal had been submitted to expand the field from 64 teams to 72 or 76 for the coming season. Top 5 schools in the preseason college football poll: Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, and Notre Dame. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Hit me! National news, the consequence, informed opinion, and analysis beyond the headlines. You're listening to A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580.
You are listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dr. Nii-Quartelai Quartey, and really enjoying this conversation. I got my notebook out. Do you have your notebook out? I'm taking notes here from one of the masters, Richard Lawson, actor in so many incredible films, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Poltergeist. You might also recognize him most recently from the Netflix TV series Beauty in Black by Tyler Perry, which, by the way, is streaming #1 on the platform. He's got more goodies for us. That is his new book, The Artist Roadmap, Navigating Your Career in Show Business. There are so many really extraordinary insights in this book, Richard. I'm sure you could have written volumes of this book. Who knows, you might write another volume of this book, but talk to us about any particular story from your career that comes to mind that help you to land on the outline of the book that we get to enjoy.
Right. Well, let me just say that this is book 1. Book 2 is business. So this is about show. The other book will be about business. They're two separate things. You know what I mean? One is in terms of becoming an accomplished artist and what it takes to negotiate that. And then the other is how to monetize that. You know, it's like part of what I'm doing now with this book and in the marketing of this book is in terms of how do I monetize this? How do I put it in a position to where it's going to not only do what it does, but that it will pay for itself and then beyond, so that I can continue to expand on talking and seminars and stuff like that outside of being, looking for the next role. So this is me controlling my own destiny with my knowledge and my intellectual properties, if you will. You're right. In terms of putting this book together, I really had to be selective in terms of what I would put in the book, because 55 years, and I have recorded every single class that I've ever done over 45 years. And and I have a lot of interesting things to say, to talk about. This is only just a distilled part of the experience. And through the center of this, one of the core themes is in terms of how do I help people to achieve their dreams? And so I created this technology called the Declaration of Independence, which is based upon the original Declaration of Independence, where 13 colonies were trying to free themselves from the suppression of England. So they sat down and they wrote this document out of postulates that they want to achieve and have it be, a framework for this country to go forward. Now, that document has been used as a basis of philosophy and of value for this country up until recently. So what kind of document can you create for yourself in terms of identifying what your dream is, and then being able to put that and be able to extract from that in a discerning way what your postulates are, your goals, your principles, your purpose, your policies, your plan, your celebrations, your affirmations, all of those things, so that you create a plan for you as a human being, which works in art, which works in life, which works in whatever else you want to create, a foundation, an invention. All of those things operate from this core understanding of who you are as a human being. And so that's my purpose, is to really help people to achieve their dreams by identifying what their purpose is. And how does someone find their purpose? Well, if you look in the 4 areas where you look at what is it that you love? One area, what is your passion? What are you good at? And then what is your mission? And when you start to write down those things in those 4 different areas, you will find at the core and at the center of that is a reason for you to be doing something. So I was blessed early on when I was I remember the day, it was 1970, on my birthday, March 7th, that I'm doing a musical called Golden Boy. And I had a revelation standing on that stage that God said, this is what I put you on this planet to do. And from that moment to this one, I have been very clear about why I'm here and everything I do. Writing a book, acting, the choices I make as an actor, the things that I invent, the classes that I teach, the foundation that I created in helping young people is all driven from the same purpose. And so therefore I'm in alignment with my purpose. And so nothing can throw me off of that. Nothing, I don't have to make those kind of like chasing the ambulance kind of choices, because those choices aren't right for me. And it's very clear. So when those choices come to me, I can easily say no. I don't care how much money is involved, because I have this other very clear path and destiny.
Yeah. I mean, it's very connected to that saying, "What is for you is for you."
Yeah.
But if you're not clear on what is for you, then you're gonna reach for everything. What you're saying, it resonates so much with me. I'm sure it resonates with a lot of our leaders, learners, and listeners that are tapped in. I just celebrated my 41st birthday in New York on Broadway. Had a chance to see a number of really great performances. I watched LaTanya Richardson Jackson in Purpose, incredible.
Going to know.
And then I watched Audra McDonald perform in Gypsy.
Yes.
And I am still so moved by that performance. I remember afterwards saying, you can't tell me Audra McDonald was not put on this earth to do that.
Yeah, see?
To do that. Wowie.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
People who possess it see it. And here's the thing. If nobody's asked you, how do you know? If nobody said, what is your dream? How do you know? You know what I mean? And so that I'm in the job of asking people, what is it that you want? And it's amazing. I was just at South Carolina State, did a master class there, and thank God they loved what I had to say and the book so much that it is now a textbook in their lexicon. And that's my goal, is to make this a textbook. But talking to even the administrators, the professors, they wound up teaching, but for most of them, it wasn't their dream. And they became good at it, and they ascended the heights, but it wasn't their dream. When you connect somebody with their dream, they change the world. You look at the people who you can clearly see that was your purpose. Malcolm, that was your purpose. Mm-hmm. Martin, that was your purpose. Gandhi, that was your purpose. Kobe, purpose. Michael Jordan, purpose. Clear. Mm-hmm. You understand? And that's what I want to, so that connect people with that thing where they ring the bell of truth, and there's no question about that's why you're here.
And in our remaining minutes, Richard, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, about Beyonce, right? When we talk about walking in your purpose, right? For anybody that attended the Renaissance tour, I felt like, my goodness, I felt the same way I did when I saw Audra McDonald. Like, she is like doing the thing that she was sent here to do. And even days after, weeks after, you find yourself walking around the house, walking around the office, right? And you are still moved by that performance.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, anything that, you observed up close from Queen Bee that, could help to clarify or power the work of artists everywhere looking to, achieve that level of impact.
Well, okay, so I met her mother when she was pregnant. Her mother was my sister's best friend. She was pregnant with Beyonce. So that's how long I've been in their universe. What I can tell you about Beyonce is, what you see is what it is. There's nobody who works harder. She's the first one there. She's the last one to leave. She is put on this earth to do that. She did it when she was a little girl. It was in her soul, in her spirit. God said, you are a missionary, and I want you to do this thing and affect people all over the globe. She's the most popular person on the planet. She's one of the most well-known people on the planet. And her work ethic is beyond anything you can imagine. It is beyond anything you can imagine. She is all of that. I have such a love for her and a respect for her, because my work ethic is that insane as well. And the one thing that we had a respect, and the one thing that we identified, is as artists, she respected me as an artist, I believe. And she knows that I respect her as an artist, because I was there to support her in every way possible, and she would ask my opinion about things. So she respected me as an artist. I have nothing but the best respect for her as a human being and an artist. She's an amazing mother. She's an amazing human being. They both are, her and Jay. I have mad respect for both of them. To watch them parent is really to watch a symphony. It's so beautiful the way that they handle and deal and love those children that come first. And so what the success that she has achieved, she earned every bit of it. No one has given her anything. She's earned it because she works harder than everyone else. She works.
And if the folks that are listening want to learn from that, want to tap into that ethos, you need to go out and get this book. It's called The Artist Roadmap: Navigating Your Career in Show Business. My thanks to our brother, our friend, our elder Richard Lawson, for joining us here on A More Perfect Union. You know you're invited back anytime.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's always a great pleasure. You're a great host, and you know what you're doing. So, you know, this is what you meant to do.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you.
God bless you, son.
God bless you. You've been listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580.
Striving to make America a nation as good as its promise. This is A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least liked to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Merchants Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Notable journalists, industry leaders, lawmakers, change makers, tastemakers, and you, working to build a more perfect union on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dr. Nii-Quartelai Quartey, and really delighted to bring you all along on the journey. I'm in Martha's Vineyard all this week, really participating in the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, but also getting as much R&R as I possibly can. But that doesn't stop me from sharing the quiet part out loud. ProPublica is reporting that the IRS says that churches can now endorse candidates. Well, that could give Texas pastors more power than ever. Earlier in the show, we were talking about the political power struggle that exists in Texas right now. In fact, at this hour, we've learned that the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, has issued arrest warrants for Texas Democrats who fled the state in an attempt to keep Texas Republicans from moving forward with their plan, their redistricting plan, that includes drawing an additional 5 Republican seats. This is about helping President Trump and Republicans maintain their grip of control on the U.S. House of Representatives. And so we know that there's a political power struggle that's already happening right now as we speak, but there's another wave of political power building that is afoot. This IRS plan that essentially gives churches the power to endorse candidates. This could give Texas pastors more power than ever. As reported by ProPublica, Texas Representative Nate Schatzling recently stood before a gathering of conservative activists outside Fort Worth, recapping legislative wins and previewing what's next at the Capitol. On this day, however, he was speaking not only as a lawmaker, but also as a pastor. You see, a week earlier, the IRS decided to allow religious leaders to endorse political candidates from the pulpit, effectively upending a provision in decades-old tax law barring such activity. Schatzline, a longtime pastor at Mercy Culture Church in Fort Worth, was excited. The IRS affirmed, quotes, what we already knew, he said at this July meeting, that the government can't stop the church from getting civically engaged. For decades, pastors like him have fought for the right to speak on political issues, actively endorse candidates in their capacity as religious leaders. Now, before a judge has weighed in on whether to allow the IRS policy change, some religious leaders are already calling on congregations to demand greater political involvement from their churches. And while the tax agency's stance applies to churches nationwide, Texas is expected to be where it will matter the most. More than 200 megachurches. They call Texas home. In the Lone Star State, pastors seem to have a larger profile in social, political, and religious discussions. Make no mistake about it, Texas will be the epicenter for testing all of these ideas out. So we got to get ready. We got to get ready, because just because the IRS says that you can, it doesn't mean that all churches are equal and all churches are prepared to be able to do that with integrity, that they have the right teams in place to be able to support that area of work. And so if you are listening to this, you need to ask the leadership of your church, what is their plan? And if they don't have one, you might want to ask them how you can be a part of helping to develop a plan should your church decide to lean in to the opportunity to endorse political candidates. How can you do that with rigor? How can you do that with integrity? That's going to be one of the most important questions of our time. It's such an important question. You might remember weeks ago when I was on pool duty at the White House, I actually posed this question to President Trump. That's how important it is. We're going to continue to raise this question and raise consciousness around what this means in our communities. But for now, we'll have to leave it here. My thanks to the entire village that helps us produce a more perfect union each and every day. Our executive producer, Tavis Smiley, our sound engineer, Brother Andy, our show producers, Faraji and Art, and Journey Burris, and each and every one of you, all of our leaders, learners, and listeners. We appreciate you, and we thank you for your support. I'm Dr. Nii-Quartelai Quartey, and you've been listening to A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580 from Martha's Vineyard. Remember, don't panic. Organize. Do what you can from where you are with what you have.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. Whooping cough cases appear to be on the rise in the U.S. as children are gearing up to head back to school. Dr. Dave Weber breaks down the numbers.
My hospital, we had no cases in 2023, 13 in 2024, and already this year we've had 27.
He recommends getting the vaccine a few